Yeah, say it loud. Thank you, Dylan, and thank you, Michelle, and thank you all for joining me in renewing our Dane County Democratic Party. I've spent most of my adult life here in Dane County, but I grew up in Minnesota. I like to say that I was raised a Wisconsinite because both my parents grew up here. They met as students at UW-Madison. My childhood was filled with happy memories of Wisconsin, of trips to my grandparents in northern Wisconsin and my other grandparents' home right here in Madison. My dad used to pack us up and drive us an hour just across the Wisconsin-Minnesota border so we could watch the Packer games at my grandparents' cabin. In retrospect, it is not surprising that I chose to attend UW-Madison for my undergrad, to come back for law school, and to build my life here. When I made the choice to stay, it came with a commitment to do my part to make my community the best place it can be. There are many ways that people can contribute to their communities, but I thought that my combination of skills and experiences was best suited to service in politics and in government. That's why I joined Dane Dems' executive board 4 years ago, why I stepped up as treasurer, and why I'm here today to announce my candidacy for chair of the Dane County Democratic Party. I believe that I'm equipped to lead the county party because I've already been a leader here for years. As treasurer, I spent nearly a year modernizing our financial procedures and records, and because of this work, future treasurers will inherit a clean slate with clear instructions that ensure the critical work of our party will not be interrupted. And I didn't stop there. I saw that our party's governing documents were unclear, out of date, and inconsistent with our democratic values. So I got to work. I spearheaded the creation of a committee to update our governing documents, and I'm confident that we will deliver a clear and inclusive set of rules that will unlock the potential of this organization. That work was just the beginning. As your chair, I will make sure that the county party rises to the challenges that we face. Together, we will revamp our fundraising and communication strategies so that our organizers and volunteers get the support that they need. We'll launch the largest member drive in years to convert Democratic voters into members, members into volunteers, and volunteers into leaders. Our goal is to grow and strengthen our county party, and that has to start by building a culture of inclusion that embraces all Democrats regardless of where they live, where they come from, or who they are. Our party is a puzzle, and we are all important pieces. But unfortunately, many people feel they do not fit into Dane Dems' picture. I've heard concerns from people of color in the county who feel that they aren't welcome or respected in our county party. We need to change this. I've heard from many in our outer Dane communities that they've been left behind by both the county party and the state party. We need to change this. We need people to be able to tell from every interaction they have with the county party that they are wanted and needed here. My vision is to have a Dane Dems where people feel that they fit in just as they are. A Dane Dems where every person with democratic values sees themselves as an important part of this picture. Our party is a puzzle. We are all important pieces, and we all belong together. We need a Dane Dems that brings all of us together. If we create this culture of inclusion, people will want to be members. And when people choose to join, we should give them the tools that they need to make a real impact. Our goal should be to make people more effective members and better advocates for our party and for our values. From there, we can help members find a place where they can maximize their impact. Maybe that's on our party committees, in our neighborhood teams, or in other like-minded organizations. Our neighborhood teams are, in particular, show what's possible when we embrace grassroots democracy. The teams, yes. The teams, if you don't know, the teams are independent, member-led groups organizing block by block, ward by ward, knocking doors, registering votes, and building relationships year-round. They prove that when you give people ownership and support, they create exactly the kind of sustained organizing that wins elections. We should build on this success by creating more member-led coalitions, groups organized around shared identities, issues, or interests. These coalitions would connect you with like-minded Democrats who share your vision, help you develop those ideas together, and give you a pathway to put real political power behind them. These groups will create opportunities for our members to be leaders, and leaders come in all shapes and sizes. We need dedicated and talented officers, of course, but if we really want to see what this party is capable of, we'll need as many people as we can to fill another leadership role, the engaged member. This isn't an elected position. To become an engaged member, all you have to do is choose to be one, to care about this organization, and to be willing to put in the effort to make it succeed. Don't get me wrong, we have many engaged members right now, but in Dane County, we aren't even close to our potential. Here's how I think about it. Kamala Harris won just shy of 274,000 voters in Dane County. If just one out of 300, 1/3 of 1% of those people became engaged members in Dane County, you would not believe what we could accomplish. It doesn't take that much time either to become an engaged member. One meeting a month, maybe a committee meeting every other month, some prep time, a few events, if you feel like it. The total commitment could be as low as 2 hours a week on average. But if that doesn't sound like a lot to you, think about if 1,000 people did 2 hours a week. That is 50 full-time positions. What do you think we could accomplish with 50 full-time positions? I think we could elect a governor, take back the trifecta in our state for the first time in 14 years, kick out Ron Johnson, and make sure that we never give our electoral votes to someone like Donald Trump ever again. So how do we get there? How could we convince 1,000 people to put their time and their trust in the Dane County Democratic Party? Well, I think we do it by promising them an equal vote to determine the direction of the county party. That seems like the only fair and the only democratic thing to do, and it's not just my opinion. It's enshrined in the Constitution and the bylaws of our party. That's why you can believe me when I promise that as chair, I will put the membership back in charge of this party. What happens after that is ultimately up to you, the members, and I will be with you every step of the way as an advisor, a resource, and a leader. But whatever we do, we should commit ourselves to doing it together. It doesn't mean that we'll always get what we want, but it does mean that we will always have the opportunity to make our case and to make a difference. Our answer to authoritarianism must always be democracy. And democracy is not something that we have, it's something that we do. If we are going to win the fight ahead of us, we will need Democrats across the county to lend a hand. Become a member. All it takes is a donation to Dane Dems in any amount. Come to our meetings, meet like-minded members, and find a place where you can make a real difference. Every person from every walk of life, from every part of this county, is a piece of this puzzle. As chair, I will make sure that at Dane Dems there is a place for every piece. Together, we can transform our party into a grassroots powerhouse that includes and empowers Democrats across the county, wins elections, and creates real, lasting change. That's the future I'm hoping to build, and that's why I'm asking for your vote as chair of the Dane County Democratic Party. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you.